In this video, I'll be covering some of the interesting features and things that I didn't know about the 2022 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid before purchasing. I watched several YouTube videos and wanted to share some of the information that I did not know or did not see on any other videos. Help you decide if the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid is the right vehicle for you. Now let's get started with one of my favorite features, the 360 cameras. And this RAV4 is equipped with the technology package, which gives you the bird's eye view, additional sensors. With the bird's eye view, not only is that useful in reverse, but here in park, I can hit this button near my left knee, and it will give me that bird's eye view. You can even change the color of the vehicle. I have mine set to gray, match the metallic gray of the RAV4. And you can also change the view if you want this interior view looking out. Gives you a really nice 360 that you can pause at any time, continue on. This RAV4 is also equipped with the panoramic sunroof, highly recommended. Go ahead and open that up and you can see how far back it really goes. There's this bar here in the middle, but it still goes back almost to the passenger's head. Gives you a lot of natural light. As part of the technology package, you also get the digital rear view mirror, which before purchasing this vehicle, I was really excited to see. I've never had it in any of my vehicles, and it's easy to use. Simply flip the switch, and there it is. When driving this home from the dealership, I realized my eyes, maybe I'm just not used to it yet, but every time I looked in the mirror with the camera on, it took a second for my eyes to focus, gauge the depth of the vehicle behind me, and I found myself using the traditional mirror more times than the actual camera. This RAV4 is equipped with wireless QI charging for your cell phones. Unlike some other cars that charge slowly or overheat while in use, I found that this charges fairly quickly and the phone does not overheat. It is important to note though, this car does not have wireless Apple CarPlay. In order to use Apple CarPlay, you have to connect to your phone via the USB port there in the center lower dash. If you get the heated seats and heated steering wheel, it also comes with heated wipers. Toyota has put these heat lines to melt or heat up your wiper blades so they are ready to use in cold conditions. Another thing I like here in the back is the tonneau cover that comes with it. Easy to use, but it actually fits underneath right here above the spare tire when you're not using it. The back seat is quite spacious. I have the driver's seat set to where I would have it. I'm 5'10". You can see there's plenty of space still behind me. The passenger seat is pushed all the way back just to show if you are riding with someone very tall, there is still space behind the passenger seat with it all the way back. Now driving the RAV4, I'm using the lane tracing assist feature here. Show you around the corners, and it's not perfect. I don't trust it. Sometimes it's on the yellow line, sometimes it's on the white line. Driving on the highway, I felt like it was going to swerve into a semi. You do have to keep your hand on the wheel every 10 seconds or so in order for it to stay engaged. It's not perfect, but it's there. We'll start off here. This has the distance to empty, total trip average. This is where I primarily keep it when I'm driving. You can see this car has 232 miles on this tank, about 290 miles till empty. So right there, about that 500-600 mile range. Scrolling down, I'm still on that far left leaf. We have our eco score. It'll tell you your start, cruise, stop rating. You can also program it to when you turn off. It gives you a score of how well you drove. Also within the Toyota app, you can see how many fast accelerations, hard brakes that you had to help improve your driving and overall fuel efficiency. You might be able to hear it just now. The engine turned on. When I started this, the car was in EV mode running on battery. Now there might be a little buzzier as the gas engine is on. Scrolling down to show total time, I've had this car on for 12 minutes. 83% of that just sitting here has been on battery. Our next menu is a lane departure assist, the adaptive cruise control. All of that's off. I'm in park right now, so I can't show you too much on this, but while you're driving, there are additional options. We can see there that EV just came on, indicating that the gas engine turned off, and now I'm back on battery. The third menu there at the bottom is for audio. You can see what song is playing. You can switch between AM, FM, XM radio. The fourth option is our vehicle diagnostics. So it does show the PSI for each tire. This diagram shows what power and how much is going to each wheel. Typically when you're driving, the RAV4 is front wheel drive only. The rear wheels do not have gas power. They are electric engine only. See, I've had the car on for 14 minutes and driven 0.0 miles. If the gas engine turns on, we'd see the gas engine arrows there going to the battery. The fifth menu is the settings menu. We can get into the lane departure assistance, lane departure feature, the pre-collision, the blind spot monitoring, the parking sensors if you'd like to turn that off, and some additional features. And the last menu is just the messages indicating if there's any warning lights or things that need to be addressed with your RAV4. There are two main ways to view the speedometer. First, I have it in this digital format, which I prefer. I like seeing the speed in a number format, but if you prefer that analog type speedometer, you can go into your settings. Just right across the bottom here, we'll hit that little gear for settings, go down, hold, and meter type allows you to choose between analog or digital for your speedometer. Another feature I like on the RAV4 is in the settings menu as well. So you have to hold OK, it opens up the settings menu when you are in park. And you can go down to this leaf, which will give us our hybrid system, fuel economy options. And under the fuel economy, you actually have three different options here. So it's trip average, total average, or tank average. I have this set to trip average, which every time I turn off the car, shows me my fuel economy for that specific drive. You can keep this as a running total if you select total average, or if you want it to reset every time you refuel, you can use the tank average. The RAV4 Hybrid has a EV mode, which allows you to run strictly on battery power up to a certain speed. You'll see here I'm doing 23 miles an hour, 24, and eventually I'll get a warning message, EV mode deactivated, speed range exceeded. I did a quick drive around town, just get an idea of the fuel economy. I was driving gently, accelerating slow, soft brakes, and in this 2 to 3 mile trip, I averaged 41.7 miles per gallon. I just returned home, driving the same trip earlier. On this trip, I averaged 46.5 miles per gallon. As much as I love the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, there is one thing that I would change. Take a listen. It's pretty loud. I hope you enjoyed this review of the RAV4. Let me know if you have any questions, or you want to see additional pictures or videos. I did a lot of research before buying this car and very happy I went with the Hybrid XSE in metallic gray.